YouTube! What the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back in the Chaos campaign. I'm ready to embrace the Chaos. In fact, let's keep spreading it. I am a little bit disappointed in this Chaos campaign, in the sense that someone's already come down here and wrecked a bunch of Bretonnia and the Empire and kind of taken away a lot of my fun. So I'm not real happy about that, and I have a feeling that it was these turds up here who get to AI cheat by having like 6 or 7 stacks at once. So yeah, that's kind of annoying, to be honest. Kind of annoying. Let's end a turn so I can get my movement points and get on the road here. But yeah, someone has been doing some serious settlement raising ahead of me. I don't think all of it could be well, some of it could be the Varg, because there's some of them hidden right there. Or at least trying to hide, maybe, and get past me. They've got quite a few units here, but I mean, let's be honest. What are they going to do versus this many Shaggoths? Nothing. That's what. So we're going to take the opportunity to slay this guy while we have him in front of us. My Shaggoths alone should easily put an end to this pathetic army. But some of them are fairly weak. I'm not sure how much the Hell Cannons... we can wreck some of their infantry with them, I guess, but not entirely necessary. Let's use these cavalry to do some absorption for my Shaggoths, since some of them are running low on hit points. And then my Sorcerer can stay in the air. He'll be quite safe. Hard group these guys. My infantry can guard the Hell Cannons, though I doubt anything will get through to really pester them. And looks like we are just inside a range. So let's kick things off. Start the deployment. I'm going to try and attract most of their stack with my huge ball of Shaggoths. Somehow these guys didn't get connected in there. Let's get him into the group. Our Sorcerer has plenty of magic. Let's go ahead and hit the group here. They're going to try and do some magic on me, actually. Let's move back. No real threat of danger there, per se, because I'm getting hit by Lord of Metal magic, which is notably weak. Okay, we're in. I'm not going to overcast because I'm a little bit worried about the damage that'll be caused to my Sorcerer. Oh well, yeah, the enemy did come after me back here. Try and keep him off my Hell Cannons. Okay, my main group here is pretty easily plowing its way through enemies. We've got the chariots, some of them bogged down at least. And my Sorcerer's got some bogged down, but a lot of the chariots just bypassed me and went for my artillery. That's not a huge surprise, honestly. AI frequently tries to be annoying as such. Look at that. One charge from the chariot, my guy's like insta-die. I doubt such a charge would work for me in that manner. Okay, let's quit playing around. Kill their lord. Be done with it. He's on a horse, I think, so he should be easy pickings. And I suspect most of his army will run away. In due time, the chariot's actually not having the easiest time staying ahead of my forces here. My cavalry's taking a pretty big beating, but my Shaggoths won't take much damage from the units that they're up against here. Alright, let's get back over here. Pretty much anything the enemy had is dead. I kind of feel like they should be chain routing already, but they're probably not because of the chariots back here. Let's get rid of these few regrouped units. The amount of anti-large damage that we inflict here will be pretty severe. Now that was actually a pretty good charge. That type of charge I would expect to kill most of my chaos stunties on the cannon. Let's get down here again. Enemy units just keep regrouping. Like I said, even though the balance is tipped heavily against them, they're not chain routing. There they go. Figured it should be close. We've got a considerable amount of replenishment that we need to do. I think my hell cannons should survive. Alright. We should get some decent loot out of this fight, and then hopefully keep this particular stack from taking on any more of the settlements that it is. I hope to loot to the south. I need to make another stack of chaos troops. I only get 1,500 loot, so I'm just going to take the replenishment instead. Picked up a gambler's armor. I'm worried that they'll kill my sorcerer if I auto-resolve, so I'm going to pull him out of the stack. And I don't mind losing certain units, like even the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth's not that big of a loss here. Now, why did I have to kill them 3 times in order to kill them? I've never seen this be the case for me, but there we go. Mark of Slanish. That should be fun. Slanish. Alright, let's see if we can do any... I can't do any recruitment because I got to get into a camp, and I can't get into a camp this turn, so I significantly weakened Kholek's army in that attempt, but I doubt there's any other armies around to actually capitalize on my temporary weakness. But I wanted that Varg stack dead. That was pretty annoying. Archaon can go up to level 3. This warband of chaos. We should probably do so. His army's slowly replenishing, and soon he'll be able to train in units that he needs. Let's see here. We got everything we need from this sorcerer for the most part. Block armies, advocate, hardy. I mean, none of that stuff is really even... Let's get him in the aura of chaos. Okay. Yeah, the amount of money we're losing is down moment. Oh, wow. Yeah, I said, well, there shouldn't be any army around. Yeah, sure enough, the one inopportune time to run into Karl Franz, I would have normally been happy to do so. I have to get far enough away from Karl to camp. And hopefully far enough that he can't reach me and still enter combat. I don't think he can. We can look at his movement range.
This action does not
Yeah, we're outside of his movement range. So we can go into a camp here. And then within the camp we should be able to retrain all of our Forsaken. Just kick that unit. And then we got room to go ahead and start retraining a Shaggoth as well. Think about just replacing the Forsaken with Feral Manticores. That would be hilarious. I wonder how the upkeep compares. It's not terribly different. Okay, so by the time Karl can get to me, my army should be pretty good. We got good horde growth. And we can hit Nashrak's Lair, which is pretty undefended. And I continue to need to raise and revel for the horde growth. Well, I say that. I have really good horde growth right now, and I don't think the replenishment's going to make or break me per se. So let's go ahead and sack and raise this settlement. Put a little chaos favor in the bank there, and we should be ready to end the turn again. Okay, Karl is trying to catch up to us, but like I said, by the time he does catch up to us, I'm not sure if that's what he will really be happy with. And I might be able to stay ahead of him for another turn anyway. There was another army that moved up near me here. Let's see what his movement range looks like. So he's in a regular stance, and that shows his movement range.
Never.
Ooh, yeah. Forsaken are not going to do me much good versus that army. Not much good at all. We are going to need the Dragon Ogre that I'm recruiting.
Absolutely not.
That many Demigrift Knights with halberds definitely concerns me. Let us take a bit of a risk here. I'm going to stop that recruitment and then swap in, and let's see.
Do not take me for a fool.
He can move up to there. We can outrun them to this side.
Bring me to the storm.
Oh, really? They had another guy waiting to... Oh, we have the opportunity to intercept them. Nah. We're going to decline the attack. We discovered the ambusher, but now we can't get past him. That's actually unfortunate. And now that we're within his range, we kind of have to attack him. It'd probably be easier to try and defeat this stack and then move on through. Let's give this armor-piercing damage maybe to one of my knights or something. Let's go ahead and fight this and try and wipe this Tilean stack out of our way and then move off to a point where we can replenish. Or not even replenish as much as I just need some time to recruit units. And if I have to, I'll just recruit a bunch of Chaos with halberds or something. If I can just get one turn in between me, I don't have to get the Shaggoths back, per se. Just anything to stop all the cavalry that comes in that Empire army. Our Forsaken will not do ideally against the Greatswords. I am going to try and throw my Forsaken against units that they will do well against, and I will try and use my cavalry. Let's think of it this way here. We are going to have to be careful with our wizard, because there are handgunners about. I'm going to go ahead and take some pot shots. They have a mortar. I have a hell cannon. I feel much more confident that my hell cannon's going to do considerably more damage. What? Hit the wrong button there. Let me try it again. I'm going to aim at the hell cannons here. Or, yeah, the hell cannons. The great swords. My bad. I'm going to try and get some good solid hits on the great swords. Enough so that my Forsaken can face them more comfortably. I see handgunners firing already, so I need to back up. Okay, what are they? Oh, they're firing at my Forsaken line. Pull back. Forsaken are falling back in a pretty idiotic manner. I'm going to try and break the line of sight for all the handgunners. Not as good of a hit, but it was a hit. Alright. Okay, let's get group 1 up here. I don't know what my guys are doing. I moved them back and they like crisscross their paths all stupid. Okay, straight into the handgunners. Straight into the handgunners. Let's go over here to the halberds. Halberds. I'm going to pick all the weak targets and then take on the great swords with my cavalry and stronger units. Steer clear of that great sword for a second. Let's actually get around the great swords. I want to try and avoid the great swords. Get on their lord. Yeah, we can outrun their greatswords, so I'm going to try and use that to my advantage. Okay, their lord's getting throttled, but let's go get rid of the handgunners. The handgunners are the biggest threat here. Into the handgunners. Chaos Sorcerer. Okay, there we go. Handgunners down. Use Pit of Shades to my advantage. Right, handgunners are out. After the crossbowmen. One more back here to the mortar. We're going to lose some of my Forsaken here. I'm going to dismount the cannon for now. Run off into the woods just to keep it alive. And we'll go look for some infantry blobs. Forsaken have the benefit of being extremely fast and very, very quick to kill unarmored units. Alright, there goes the great swords. Let's leave the great swords as they are quite insignificant. Okay, hit the great swords, hit the handgunners. Enemy lord should drop. How did my hell cannon not follow my order to run off into the woods? A little bit frustrated by that, to be honest. You all saw me give him the order. Maybe I accidentally didn't give him a run order. Let's go save my hell cannon if possible. Just ignore the enemies over there for a moment. Let's ignore the great swords where we can. Chase down handgunners. There we go. Save my hell cannon. Now I actually do expect you to go back in the woods this time. Kholek I could just heal. Okay. Handgunners, please. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we got the Tilean army out of our way. Let's kill Leonardo here. I think he said he needs a good killing. Get him, boys. Yep, that'll do. Leonardo lost touch with his better half. Oh, there's some bad jokes. He got upset and fell apart. Ooh. He was turned inside out with envy of his enemies. Oh man, the bad jokes. They just keep going. Alright, we don't need the extra favor, but it's better than the leadership, because I certainly don't need leadership. My guys are quite capable of smashing pathetic humans. Let's see how far he can move again. Why does he get so much movement range? I guess it's not that much per se. I think I should be just outside of his movement range right here. Let's go into recruitment, and I'm going to get a bunch of chosen with halberds. Because there's a ton of cavalry in the army that's wanting to face me. And I am just outside of his movement range. So now we should be safe. And let's head back down here into Archaean's battles. We're going to move on through the mountain pass. And camp our chaos, or men of chaos here. So we can recruit chaos warriors now, and we might as well put a few in. It's not like we're going to be short of money, and we might as well fill up the stack and make ourselves more defensible in case we get attacked by a bunch of large armies. 3 more chaos warriors might make the difference. So we finally got into a bit of a hairy situation there with Kholek, but if Carl is foolish enough to chase me, he'll regret it once I get all those chosen with halberds. And it seems that he has found the better part of sanity and given up the chase. So we can get the Giants camp, which would be pretty cool. We can get the trolls, would be a lot of fun. We've already got access to feral manticores, and then this is that pointless line that we don't need. Might as well get the Giants camp, just for fun, while we sit here and finish some replenishment. I want another Shaggoth. And let's actually kick the Forsaken. I'll keep the Halberds for a while. They're kind of slow. Actually, let's do this. Let's disband one of the Chaos Knights. And now let's come in here and do... I want one more Shaggoth, 2 Manticores, and then I do want 2 Forsaken, because they're still really good at running down squishy skirmish units, and then the Halberds can hold the main line. So there, that should work. We can upgrade this building here to the Ruinous Altar, which I suggest we do, because that gives me access to better Chaos Warriors and Aspiring Champions, which could be quite useful. So we're going to take care of that. We need to move on and get some more loot, so spending all this money is going to catch up with me pretty quick. I know I don't need these technologies back here, but there's not any technologies over here that I'm just like absolutely crazy about getting. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and research these technologies, because I do believe there is an achievement that I can unlock by researching enough technologies, so getting the ones that take less time make the most sense here. So that's how I'm going to handle it at the moment. I'd really like to get down and sack Altdorf, and I think we've got the right units to do it. Okay, we got one more turn until we get our Shaggoth, and the others are replenishing, albeit slowly. Our progress is going to be slow through the mountain passes, but we're going to move up on Mount Gunbad because there should be a gold mine. There's not. So we'll go ahead and move up on Mount Gunbad with Archaon. Let's go ahead and end the turn here so we can finish our Dragon Ogre. And then let's head down and see if we can siege Altdorf and get some really sweet loot off of it. Okay, the Sun Eater's army is, I would say, pretty much back up to par here. Okay, there's Altdorf. Let's move down here. Alright, so we're on the road to Altdorf, folks. Move up Archaon. Alright, we're close to Mount Gunbad. So we've got some loot in our sights, which is good because we're losing money pretty quick right now, and we need some big loot. I don't think Mount Gunbad's going to be that big a loot, unfortunately, but some of the vampire settlements might be pretty good loot too. Alright, I'm just a couple of turns from getting to Altdorf, and I won't really need to wait to siege Altdorf. We should be able to wreck it immediately, despite its defenders, and we should be able to get a little bit of loot here off of Mount Gunbad. Yeah, it's got pathetic defenses. So there we go. Yeah, not much loot. Just over a turn's worth. We'll take what we can get at this point when the pickings are slim. Let's head down to the Silver Road. There's got to be much better loot in the Silver Road. Archaon levels up. And we got Piercing Bolts of Burning and Flamestorm. Aura of Chaos. Eye of the Gods gives weapon strength when attacking, devastating charge, Woundmaker. I mean, this Earthing and Winds of Magic reserve would be quite nice. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get Power Drain and Earthing there as well. Because in terms of making Archaon be able to help dish as much damage as possible as a sorcerer. That makes the most sense. Okay. Typically, once you get a little further south like this into Empire lands, you should have really good loot, but because someone's done a lot of wreckage ahead of me, it's kind of slowed down the amount of loot that I'm gaining here. Quest issued. Ensure the following building has been constructed: a Chaos Warshrine, which apparently we finished. Research the following technology: Unholy Communion, which we did. Move any character to Besornling's camp. Great. Like I want to do that. It's way in the heck back up here. Ah, hate this kind of trash. Well, I don't want to send the Exalted Hero that I'm actually using. So let's see if we can recruit a hero. Size, maim legs, sneaky. Let's get Mr. Sneaky here. So this army can continue at this point. Wow, we can barely move though. And still stay in camp. So let's take this guy and we're gonna give him movement orders. Sornling's camp. Alright, so eventually we'll be able to unlock the next piece of Archaon's quest chain. And we are getting quite close to Altdorf, which is still intact, fortunately. There's King Lun Ironhammer right here. Let's hope that he doesn't come to bother me. Yeah, Altdorf is still intact. There is a Gore Bull nearby, too. And Morgar. But it looks like they've seen better days. It looks like the Empire's seen better days. We definitely need some serious Altdorf loot at this point. Did the Beastmen... Oh, please tell me they didn't just successfully sack it. I'm gonna cry if that's what happened. I don't think they did. Just move on to these next ones. Let's see what happened.
I refuse such orders.
Doesn't look like they've managed to sack it because it's still intact. It's a giant city-state level. And Altdorf is within our grasp. So Kholek reaches the Imperial capital, and there will be no waiting. We're going to invade immediately. So we don't need equipment. We're going to fight the battle for the Imperial City. Oh, I didn't look at the map to see if it was a special one. It may just be yeah, it's the default one. It's okay, it'll be fun nonetheless. We're gonna bash down the gates with our Dragon Ogres, and we will use our Manticores to support our troops heading to the walls. So let's get some work done. The Chosen are gonna have to take the brunt of the initial fire. And I think what we'll do is we'll put Kholek and a couple of the Dragon Ogres here, and then we'll put a couple more of the Dragon Ogres over here. And we'll put a little bit of the infantry over here too, just to give them some cover. And then our flying corps here, the Manticores and my Shadow Sorcerer. I don't know why I always try and call him a Metal Sorcerer. Maybe he likes heavy metal. Okay. Got our different groups there. And let us keep our knights probably right over here, maybe. We're going to take the least amount of tower fire, hopefully. Let's put these guys behind here to start with. Start the deployment. Let's get our guys working the walls. Those are some pretty significant towers firing at us. Okay. Just your way through the gates. Through the gates. We got some handgunners right up front that need a visit from my Manticore. We are definitely going to take some damage on approach here. There's a lot of handgunners on this side, so the sooner we can get up to the gates, the better. That side may take a pretty significant beating. going to use my manticores to thin out the handgunners a little. Okay, our manticores are wrecking these handgunners. The gates should get shreked. Wow, we took a throttling over here on approach. Absolutely. Yes, we did. I'm going to get a few forsaken up the walls here, but great swords are going to cut them down. This side, though, will go much better for us. We got rid of some of the handgunners. Yeah, cut the door down. I don't know what you're doing. You're supposed to be going up ladders. Send them over there. 2. I don't even know if it makes sense to go support these units over here at this point. Let's just take out more handgunners. Okay, group 1's through the gate. Okay, with the Feral Manticore up here, we're getting some support from the Chaos coming up the walls. I wonder if we can use any of his magic on the walls, like Mystifying Miasma. Yep, sure can. That'll help. Okay, we got through the gate over here. Let's get into these Reichsguard. We're going to lose the fight on the walls up here quite terribly. Let's bring our cavalry over. Actually, let's bring our cavalry right here. Group 1 has busted its way through the walls. And the infantry fight over here goes much better because of the support of the Manticore. There's too much cavalry guarding the backs. Let's try and go lend support to this side. I'm gonna come over here and wipe out these gunners. Let's take the cavalry this direction. We might need to face Group 3's tearing their way through some great swords. Still got a few infantry units on the wall there, so that's gonna be a success for me. Let's wipe out the rest of the great swords on the walls. Let's take these guys out. Chaos Sorcerer, let's get another Mystifying Miasma to help out up here. Okay, there's some handgunners over there. Let's take Kholek towards the town center. Let's get into these Reichsguard. Let's actually get these infantry down here to support. We've cut our way through most of those guys. Let's go take out these handgunners over here. So Altdorf is definitely coming under my control, I would say. Some Demigryph Knights down here that we'll have to keep an eye out. Fortunately, their mortars shouldn't cause much damage to me. Let's get our Manticore. Come take out this mortar back here. Alright, our Chaos Chosen are cutting through some of the great swords. Actually getting a really good performance out of the Chosen here, which is not surprising. They've got really good stats. They've been buffed up significantly by character upgrades. Got some Demigryph Knights and Reichsguard over on this flank. Let's get Group 2 over here to maybe put in a rear charge. Help out against this fairly significant threat. Okay, they were able to hack their way through, so we're good. Let's go. Alright, mortar's down. All the rest of the enemies are down. Check it out, folks. Chaos roams the streets of Altdorf. The Imperial City, in all of its splendor, will fall. That's pretty cool looking back here. Check that out. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, there's the view from the city. All of its citizens soon to be destroyed. And Shaggoths running through the streets. Defenders in an all-out flight. I think we need another classic killing the fleeing defenders scene here. Seeing the what should have been the brave men of Altdorf standing their ground to the death against the forces of chaos, being cut down and humiliated on the way out. Check it out, they're running away. Then the manticores flying up over the wall. Oh man, it's brutal. Let's have a little fun with the fleeing defenders. Hey, I don't know what you're doing on the wall, buddy, but I really want you out here. Yeah, we're gonna have a little fun with them here. There we go. Look what happens to the defenders as they flee. Get down here and kill these guys. Quit going back to the walls. The units might be split up or something. Here comes my chaos. What happened to all the rest of them? I gave Kholek and everybody else orders to come out here. What the heck? When I want a fleeing scene, I want a fleeing scene. Dimwits. There we go. There we go. Let's watch the defenders be hunted down. Just for the savagery of it all. Oh man. This just makes me get even more excited about Warhammer 2 and like all the cool lizardmen and elf and hopefully Skaven and Tomb Kings and all the other stuff I'm hoping we get to see. It'll be freaking exciting. Flee, citizens of Altdorf, flee for your lives. I don't even know what happened to Kholek. He got like completely sidetracked in the city or something. Kholek, what you doing? Where you at, ugly? Oh, he is out here. My bad. There I was off insulting him. Choose up some more magic here. Let's have some fun. Yep. That's pretty much how it's done, folks. This is the mercy of chaos. They go ahead and kill you now. It's merciful. They don't want you to suffer in the long run. Alright. Hope you all enjoyed the fall of Altdorf. Clearly I was having a little fun with it. The defenders put up a fight, though I can't say it was the best one I've ever seen. The Manticore were actually super helpful there for cleaning up certain pockets on the wall, being able to get to stuff early. So we should get some really nice loot because of the size of Altdorf here. Get the loot, and then when we sack it, hopefully is where we get the big money. Yep, we're going to get some pretty decent money. So we're going to sack and raise. The Trickster's Shard. So Altdorf has fallen, and we will work our way through some other settlements here. The vampires own Kemperbad. Some of the other settlements around here. No, Grunberg is still owned by the Empire, so we'll kind of wreck our way through some of these settlements. And then the dwarves and the Silver Road will have to face Archaon's wrath here soon. Oh wow, I say here soon, maybe like in the next 10 turns because it's going to take him so long to move through this mountain pass. But I guess it gives me a little bit of time to replenish my troops. So I'll see you all in the next episode. HeirofCarthage signing out.